In a world drowning in noise, where every man scrambles to shout his worth, the Sigma male stands silent, a predator in the shadows, his mind a weapon sharper than any blade. Chaos swirls around him, yet he remains untouched, his intelligence a quiet force that unnerves the weak and dismantles the arrogant. This isn't about bravado or empty flexing. It's about a power so profound, so calculated, it shifts the ground beneath your feet before you even feel the tremor. You're not here by accident, you're here because you sense it too, the terrifying edge of a mind that refuses to bend. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we strip away the illusions and forge the path for independent, self-reliant men. Today we're unraveling the terrifying intelligence of the Sigma male, a force that thrives in silence, sees through chaos, and strikes with precision. This isn't just a video, it's a wake-up call for every man ready to claim his own unshakable strength. Stick with us because what you're about to discover will change how you see yourself in the world. 1. The silence that screams volumes. Forget the loudmouths clamoring for attention. The Sigma male's power ignites in the quiet. It's not a void, it's a crucible, a pressurized vault where every glance, every shift, every unspoken word is captured and dissected. While others exhaust themselves proving their worth, the Sigma watches, his mind a steel trap snapping shut on details the average man misses. A fleeting smirk, a nervous tick, the weight of a pause. This stillness isn't weakness, it's a calculated strike, the first move in a game no one else knows they're playing. This silence roots itself in a deeper truth, one the Stoics knew well. Real strength doesn't need a megaphone. It's the discipline to hold back, to listen when others rush to speak, to gather the raw data of life while the crowd spills their secrets. The Sigma male turns every room into his battlefield, not with words, but with the unnerving calm that forces others to reveal themselves. He's not hiding, he's hunting, and his silence is the bait. Picture a boardroom standoff, suits barking over each other, egos clashing like swords. The Sigma sits apart, eyes steady, taking it all in, the bluff in a voice, the desperation in a gesture. When he finally speaks, it's a single sentence, sharp as a guillotine, cutting through the noise to the core. The room freezes, not because he shouted, but because he didn't need to. His silence had already mapped the terrain, and his words landed like a checkmate. For the Sigma, silence isn't just a tactic. It's a philosophy, a way to sharpen the blade of his mind. He knows the world overestimates noise and underestimates stillness, and he uses that to his advantage. It's a power that doesn't beg for recognition. It demands it, quietly, relentlessly, until those around him realize too late they've been outmaneuvered. That's the terror of his silence. It's not empty, it's loaded. 2. Pattern recognition, seeing the code in chaos. The Sigma male's mind isn't just sharp, it's a machine, slicing through the static of life to reveal the hidden rhythms beneath. Where others see a mess of emotions, events, and noise, he sees a web of patterns. The way people repeat their lies, the cycles of markets, the cracks in systems waiting to collapse. This isn't guesswork, it's decryption, a relentless decoding of the world's unseen algorithms. He doesn't just react, he predicts, and that foresight is his edge. This gift echoes the Stoic call to see reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. The Sigma male doesn't flinch from the chaos. He studies it, tracing the threads that connect one move to the next. He knows human nature follows scripts, greed here, fear there, and he reads them like a book, spotting the next chapter before it's written. It's a clarity that turns randomness into a battlefield he's already won. Think of him in a crowded bar, the air thick with laughter and tension. While others drown in the moment, he's clocking the patterns. The guy who drinks too fast, the couple faking their smiles, the bouncer's restless pacing. He knows who'll crack first, who'll leave, who'll fight, not because he's psychic but because he's cracked the code. By the time the chaos erupts, he's already 3 steps ahead, untouched and unfazed. This ability isn't just observation, it's domination. The Sigma male navigates life like a chess grandmaster, seeing moves others don't even know exist. It's terrifying because it's invisible. He doesn't boast about his insight, he just uses it, leaving the world scrambling to catch up. In a society obsessed with the surface, his depth is a weapon they'll never see coming. 3. Unconventional arsenal, weaponizing the untried. Why follow the herd when you can carve your own path? The Sigma male doesn't just think outside the box, he burns the box and builds something better from the ashes. Faced with a problem, he doesn't rummage through the usual toolbox. He invents a tool no one's dreamed of, a solution so bold it leaves others stunned. This isn't rebellion for its own sake, it's intelligence unleashed, unbound by the rusted chains of convention. The Stoics prized wisdom that cuts through dogma, and the Sigma male lives it. He knows the well-worn paths are for the timid, the predictable solutions for the lazy. When the world throws up a wall, he doesn't knock politely, he tunnels beneath, climbs over, or blows it apart with an idea so unorthodox it redefines the game. It's not about being different, it's about being effective, and he'll risk the unknown to win. Imagine a sinking startup, the team paralyzed by best practices that aren't working. The Sigma steps in, ignoring the playbook. Maybe he pivots to a niche no one's touched, or flips the whole model upside down. The doubters scoff, then gape as it works, not because it was safe but because it was his. He thrives where others falter, turning the untried into a weapon that rewrites the rules. This unconventional streak is pure Sigma. It's independence forged into action. He doesn't wait for permission or applause, he acts and the results speak louder than any critic. It's terrifying because it's unpredictable. You can't counter what you can't anticipate. The Sigma male's arsenal isn't borrowed, it's built, and it's aimed straight at the heart of mediocrity. For the unbreakable core, fortress of self-reliance. The Sigma male doesn't rent his strength, he owns it brick by unyielding brick. His intelligence stands on a bedrock of self-trust, a fortress no one can breach because it doesn't need their approval to stand tall. Failure? Just fuel for the next move. Success? Measured by his own compass, not the crowd's cheers. This isn't arrogance, it's sovereignty, a mind that answers only to itself. Stoicism fuels this core, whispering that true power lies in what you control. Your thoughts, your actions, your will. The Sigma male doesn't lean on others for validation or survival. He stands alone, not out of pride but necessity. Manipulation slides off him like rain on stone. You can't sway a man who doesn't need your promises or fear your threats. His self-reliance is a shield and a sword, cutting through dependence like a lie. Picture him in a crisis. Friends waver, allies scatter, but he doesn't blink. He digs into his own reserves, charts his course, and moves forward while others cling to the wreckage. It's not that he rejects help, he just doesn't need it to function. He's the eye of the storm, calm because he's enough. His mind, his grit, his resolve, and that's a force no one can break. This unbreakable core terrifies because it's untouchable. The world thrives on leverage but the Sigma gives it none. He's a free man in a cage of expectations and his freedom isn't loud, it's absolute. Every step he takes is his own, and that independence is the foundation of his terrifying strength. 5. Mastering the inner storm, emotional alchemy. Don't confuse his calm for numbness. The Sigma male feels everything but he bends it to his will. His emotional intelligence is a razor, slicing through the fog of jealousy, rage, or fear to read the room with surgical precision. He senses the undercurrents, ambition in a handshake, deceit in a smile, while his own heart beats steady, a reactor under lock and key. This isn't detachment, it's mastery, turning raw emotion into fuel for cold, clear thought. The Stoics knew emotions aren't the enemy, they're the test. The Sigma male passes every time, not by burying his feelings, but by forging them into something stronger. Anger becomes focus, doubt becomes strategy, passion becomes purpose. He doesn't lash out or crumble. He refines, and that control makes him a ghost in the chaos, untouchable by the hooks others dangle. Imagine a betrayal, a friend's knife in the back. Where others rage or retreat, the Sigma pauses, feels the sting, then dissects it. Why it happened, what it reveals, how to turn it to his advantage. His response isn't an outburst but a move, deliberate and devastating, because he's already transformed the wound into wisdom. The betrayer never sees it coming, and that's the point. This alchemy is terrifying because it's invisible. You can't provoke what's already tamed, can't unbalance what's already centered. The Sigma male walks through emotional fire and emerges sharper, stronger, his calm a mask for the storm he's mastered within. It's a power that doesn't shout, it strikes, and the silence afterward is deafening. 6. Adaptability, the art of fluidity. The Sigma male doesn't just survive change. He rides it like a wave, turning upheaval into opportunity. Rigidity is for statues. He's liquid steel, flowing around obstacles, reshaping himself to fit the moment without losing his edge. This isn't weakness, it's evolution, A mind that bends but never breaks, always ready for the next shift. Adaptability is his secret weapon, and he wields it with lethal grace. Stoicism teaches acceptance of what can't be controlled, but the Sigma takes it further. He thrives on it. He doesn't resist the tide, he studies it, anticipates it, uses it to carve his path. The world's chaos is his canvas, and he paints with bold strokes, turning setbacks into setups for something greater. It's not about clinging to plans, it's about mastering the pivot. Think of him in a storm, literal or not. The wind howls, plans crumble, but he's already adjusting, finding the angle others miss. Maybe he's stranded, but he's building a raft while they panic. Maybe the market tanks, but he's spotting the gap they're blind to. His flexibility isn't surrender, it's strategy, and it keeps him ahead when others drown. This fluidity terrifies because it's relentless. You can't pin him down, can't predict his next move because he's already shifted while you were swinging. The Sigma male doesn't just adapt. He redefines, turning the unpredictable into his playground. It's a quiet power that flows through cracks and reshapes the world in its wake. 7. The architect of outcomes, 5 moves ahead strategy. Planning is for amateurs. The Sigma male is a visionary, crafting futures others can't even glimpse. Every step, every word, every breath is a piece in a game he's already mapped out, a mental chessboard where he's 5 moves ahead before you've picked your pawn. He doesn't react. He orchestrates, weaving consequences into a tapestry of inevitability. This isn't luck, it's dominion over time itself. The Stoics urged us to foresee the worst and prepare, but the Sigma builds beyond that. He shapes the best too. He sees the ripple of every action, the counterplay of every rival, and positions himself where victory is just the natural outcome. It's not about control for control's sake. It's about crafting a reality where his will becomes the world's rhythm. Patience is his blade, and he wields it with precision. Imagine him in a power struggle. Rivals plot, schemes unfold, but he's silent, watching. They think they're winning until the moment his plan clicks into place. A deal secured years ago, a favor called in, a trap they walked into blind. It's not a fight, it's a checkmate they didn't see coming because he built it brick by brick while they were distracted. This strategic depth is terrifying because it's invisible until it's too late. The Sigma male doesn't boast about his foresight, he lets it unfold, a slow burn that consumes the unprepared. His intelligence isn't just in the moment, it's in the years ahead, a quiet force that turns possibilities into certainties. When you see the result, it's not a surprise, it's a revelation. 8. Knowledge as oxygen, the insatiable intellectual engine. The Sigma male doesn't learn to impress, he learns to conquer. His mind is a furnace, burning through books, failures, conversations, anything that fuels his understanding of the universe. This isn't a hobby, it's oxygen, a relentless drive to know more, see more, be more, not for medals but for the raw power of insight. Stagnation isn't just death, it's surrender, and he'll never wave that flag. Stoicism reveres wisdom as the path to freedom, and the Sigma runs that road without stopping. He doesn't chase trends or parrot opinions, he digs for truth, tearing through layers of noise to find what works, what lasts. Every lesson is a brick in his fortress, every question a spark that keeps the engine roaring. Knowledge isn't a trophy, it's his lifeblood. Picture him alone, late at night, poring over a tome of history or science, not for a test but for himself. The world sleeps, but he's awake, connecting dots, how empires fell, how systems tick, how men break. Next day he's using it, outsmarting someone who stopped learning years ago, not because he's louder but because he's deeper. This hunger terrifies because it never quits. The Sigma male evolves while others rust, his mind a machine that doesn't just keep up, it outpaces. You can't compete with someone who's already lapped you in the race for understanding. His intelligence grows, silent and unstoppable, and that's a force no one can outrun. 9. Reverse engineering reality, deconstructing the illusion. The Sigma male doesn't swallow the world whole. He tears it apart, piece by piece, until the bones of truth lie bare. Every smile, every system, every fact, gets the same treatment. Why? A question that's not just curiosity, but a scalpel cutting through lies and assumptions. He sees the rust beneath the shine, the strings behind the puppet, and that clarity is his power. Reality isn't what it seems, and he's the one who knows it. Stoicism demands we question what we're fed, and the Sigma takes it to the edge. He doesn't trust the surface, Not people, not rules, not promises, until he's broken it down to its gears and seen how it ticks. This isn't paranoia, it's precision, a refusal to be fooled by the glitter of illusion. He strips the world naked and builds his moves from what's left. Think of him facing a slick salesman, charm dripping, pitch perfect. The Sigma's not swayed, he's dissecting. The too quick smile, the rehearsed pause, the numbers that don't add up. By the time the guy's done, the Sigma's already seen the scam, countered it, and walked away richer. It's not cynicism, it's reality reverse engineered to his advantage. This deconstruction terrifies because it leaves nothing hidden. The Sigma male sees through your mask, your game, your world, and he uses that sight to navigate where others stumble blind. His intelligence isn't just sharp, it's surgical, cutting to the core while the rest chase shadows. That's the kind of power that shifts the ground under your feet. 10. The unfazed equilibrium, pressure as their natural state. Chaos doesn't rattle the Sigma male, it sharpens him. While others crack under the weight of stress, he turns it into a forge, his mind and will hardening into something unbreakable. High stakes don't spark panic, they spark focus, a cold, crystalline calm that lets him cut through the storm like a blade. This isn't bravado, it's a system built to thrive where others drown. The Stoics saw adversity as the ultimate teacher, and the Sigma lives that lesson. Pressure isn't his foe, it's his fuel, a chance to test the steel of his resolve and the clarity of his thought. He doesn't flinch because he's trained for this, his equilibrium a fortress that stands tallest when the world shakes. It's not about ignoring the fire, it's about walking through it unscathed. Imagine a deadline looming, a team unraveling, panic spreading like wildfire. The Sigma steps in, voice steady, eyes clear, sorting the mess with a precision that borders on eerie. He's not shouting or sweating, he's solving, every move deliberate, every decision final. The chaos bends to him, not the other way around, because pressure is where he shines. This unshakable calm terrifies because it's inhumanly steady. You can't shake what's already rooted, can't break what's already tempered. The Sigma male turns the unbearable into his arena, and that resilience isn't just strength, it's a quiet warning. When the world burns, he's the one still standing, and that's a power you can't ignore. 11. The volcanic core beneath the ice. The Sigma male's intelligence isn't one trick, it's a symphony of traits, each deadly alone, unstoppable together. Silence feeds his insight, patterns guide his moves, adaptability keeps him fluid, strategy sets the stage, all wrapped in a calm that hides a molten core of will. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's a force that builds beneath the surface, erupting only when the moment's perfect. This is the terror, not the shout but the strike. Stoicism ties it all together, a thread of self-mastery that turns chaos into order, emotion into strength. Every piece of him, his learning, his deconstruction, his equilibrium, works in lockstep, a machine of quiet power no one sees until it's too late. He doesn't announce his plans, he executes them and the world shifts in the aftermath. It's not about being seen, it's about being undeniable. Picture him now, the man who's watched, waited, learned, planned all without a word. Then, in a single move, a deal, a choice, a stand, he changes everything and you realize he's been building this all along. The volcanic core isn't rage, it's purpose, a force that's been simmering, refining, waiting for its moment to reshape reality. This is the Sigma male's true terror, an intelligence that doesn't need to prove itself until it already has. It's the calm before the storm, the ice hiding the fire, the mind that moves mountains without a sound. He's not here to impress, he's here to dominate, silently, relentlessly, and that's a power that echoes long after he's gone. You've just walked through the fire of the Sigma male's mind, 11 traits that don't just define him, but arm him, a quiet arsenal for a noisy world. This isn't a fairy tale, it's a blueprint, a call to every man watching to wake up, sharpen up, and step up. Reflect on this. Your silence, your strategy, your unbreakable core, they're not just ideas, they're weapons waiting for you to wield. At the Sigma male community, we don't hand you platitudes. We forge tools for men who refuse to settle, who chase excellence with every breath. This is your moment, don't let it slip. Hit that like button if this lit a spark in you, drop a comment with your thoughts or your own Sigma story. We read every one and it fuels what we do next. Share this video with the men in your life who need to hear it, because this isn't just content, it's a movement. And if you're subscribed, smash that notification bell. Every video from the Sigma male community is a step deeper into the wisdom and strength you're built for. We're not here to coddle or cheerlead, we're here to challenge you, to guide you, to push you toward the man you're meant to be. Independence isn't given, it's taken, and this channel is your proving ground. Take what you've learned today and make it yours. Build your fortress, master your storm, architect your future. The Sigma male community stands with you, and we'll see you in the next video, stronger, sharper, and ready to own the game.